Hey, hey, hey. Good evening, everybody. Hey, hey, Linda. I am well. How are you? Hey, Instagram people. How are you? We are on the second week of August. How's August going so far? Hey, Wanda. Hey, Teresa. Yes, Linda with the share. Teresa says her birthday month. Hey, Shan. How's August going for everybody? August has been a doozy for me so far. Left and right, left and right. August is fighting hard. Teresa shared. Come on in and share, everybody. Yes, Wanda with the tags. Linda celebrating her mother's 80th. That's a blessing. Let's give everybody a couple more minutes and then we'll get into our icebreaker. Oh, I forgot to send a reminder. Back to my usual. Back to my usual. I see. Let me do that right quick, good people. While y'all greet each other. Won't take me but 1 second. Hey, Shadella Dale. Hey, Jessica. Hey, Jaquita. I'm trying to send out the reminder right quick, y'all. I forgot. It seemed like y'all could remind me sometime. Shantae coming in strong with the tags. Tag somebody and share while everybody's joining. Okay, it's almost time for the icebreaker. Let me send this. Let me click send. Hey, Della Zara. So good to see you volunteering yesterday. That was a blessing at the food bank. Yes, Miss Linda with the tag. Hey, Frederica. I think I missed you Sunday. Hey, Cheese. Y'all see Dania Marshall? That's who you reach out to set up the time for your sessions with the youth for us to go over their goals for the 2024-2025 school year. All right, let's get to hey Latoya. Hey Miss Blanche. Hey Elder Tanya. Yeah, y'all tag, share. Let's get everybody in here. DeCoris Davis, DeCoRRIS. Is it your first time? If it's your first time, DeCoris, will you put your name and put 2 hearts? That's how we know if it's a first time visitor. So we could just welcome you to Greater Joy. Let me know. Hit me up in the comments and let me know if it's your first time. Hey, Denise. Jessica, you on 2 platforms. You on Facebook and Instagram. I ain't mad at it. Get you 2 words. Hey, Miss Deborah. Creation. Hey, Pastor Alonzo. Okay, are y'all ready for the icebreaker? Danielle's bringing the journals. We'll give the journals at the appointment. Vane Derrickson Love. Derek is his name. He's got 2 hearts. It's his first time. Welcome, Derek. Why does Rodney, my brother, have his name in 2 hearts? I can't. Hey, Elder Treba, can y'all please welcome Derek, not Rodney. Welcome, Derek. Please welcome Derek. Hey, Minister Ebony. Hey, Kathy. Praying for Kathy losing her father. Y'all please welcome Derek. It is his first time visiting. Derek, we go crazy when it's somebody's first time. Like, we just get so excited. Like, we are excited about everybody who joins for the first time. Okay. You were there. I missed you. I didn't say you weren't there, Frederick. I just said I missed you. All right. So let's get ready for the icebreaker. And the icebreaker today, looks like I'm in the wrong folder. Let me see. Here we go. The icebreaker. Now, this can be, hey, Mamie. Hey, Katrina. This could be a gospel song or a secular song. Or you can do one of each, the gospel song and the secular song. What is the song that always lifts your mood, that always gets you revved up? What is the song that always gets you hyped? It could be secular or gospel, or you could do one of each. What's the song that always gets you going, like gets you hyped? Like, that is my whole song. Like, that will shift my whole mood. Hey, Candace. Hey, LaDonna. Let me see what y'all got with these songs tonight. Teresa Williams said optimistic. I don't know what that is, Teresa. Christina Taylor. Is it your first time? Yes. Y'all welcome Christina. Please tell Christina welcome. Hey, Melissa. I called Leslie Melissa the whole Sunday. She ain't say nothing. Come on, let me see what your song is. Jennifer said, Monica's Why I Love You So Much. I got that. Hey, Jesus. Zacordic. Y'all going too fast. Lord, do it for me. Sounds of Blackness, You Can Win. Walk Around the Club, Leslie. That's what gets you hyped. Christina said, Blessed Assurance. Frederica said, God's Got a Blessing with my name on it. Elder Treba said, Feel All Right by Erica Campbell. Ooh, y'all doing good. Keep going. For Your Glory by Tasha Cobb gets Katrina going. I'm sorry, Leslie, I did. Missy said Lil Boosie. Okay, cool. JB said Ghetto Gatsby, Rod Wave. That's a song. Shantae said Nuck If You Butt. Okay, God bless this church. Elder Jaquita, thank God. Even in This by Anthony Brown. Crystal said Feel All Right. Mamie also said Nuck If You Butt. Hey, Deborah Hawley. Deborah Owens Hawley. Yours is Look at God. JB said, yeah, that's a song. Okay. Miss Cynthia said, This Little Light of Mine. Get her going. This little light of mine. Miss Blanche said, Lord, do it for me. Hey, Maggie. Y'all, the icebreaker is, what is a song that gets you going, that gets you revved up, Crystal had back surgery. Crystal, girl, you made it back to Bible study right after your back surgery. Wanda said, he knows my name. Takesha said, Jesus Will by Anita Wilson. Teresa said, show me the right way, BB and CC. Kiara also said, Nook if you book. Okay, cool. Denise said, Victory. Linda said, anything by John Legend. Minister Ebony said, when somebody loves you back. And Mama said, knock you out. Minister Ebony, you seen LL got a new album. I'm just saying. We just having that conversation, the two of us, because we not on Bible study. Has everybody shared? Everybody logged in? And then for gospel, she said, I'm Next by Demetrius West and More Abundantly. Wanda said, God is still in charge. So satisfied. I am so satisfied. I ain't heard that in a long time. Center of My Joy. Ethan said, Smile by Kirk Franklin. Hey, Brother Carrington. I walk around work singing it. Oh, that's not a song. Listen, that's what she said, walk around singing. Yeah. Denise, they knocking and bucking. Jesus is Love by Timothy Jones. It's my winning season. That one get me hyped too, Shadell. Hey, Vicky. Never Lost a Battle. That's a good one. Jump Around, Mark. Get up, get down. I can't remember that. Hey. I can't remember. Tasha called He Still Loves Me, and Kurt Whalen, Falling in Love with Jesus. Overnight Scenario by the Backyard Band. Raymond, Brother Vaughn. Can't Nobody Do Me Like Jesus. When Elder Shika sing Communion, that get you hype, Missy. You hear that, Elder Sheik? That communion, boy, you be sending them in. Anthony Brown, Victory. Hole in the Wall. The Hole in the Wall. The Isley Brothers, Make Me Say It, and Exodus by Leandria Johnson. Yeah. Mary J, No More Drama. Tay said, yeah. Glow. I don't know what that means. Kurt Franklin, He's Able. Wanda shared. Thank you. Who else shared? Share and tag somebody. The battle is not yours, it's the Lord's. Feel All Right. Dieta said, Yahweh. I learned how to lean. That's my song too, Judy. I like that one. Maggie shared, I Told the Storm. I Never Lost My Praise. Mark said that is his song. That Jump Around is his song. So y'all deal with it. Let's see. Southern Soul. After I Preach on Sunday, Brittany, that take you right on in. Love Theory by Kurt Franklin. What's Southern Soul? I don't know. I'm in the dark. Y'all educate me. That's My King. All of the New Edition songs. All of them, Tina. Kurt Franklin, It Could Have Been Me. Yep, Kathy shared. Tim shared. After All I've Been Through. After All I've Been Through. I can't bring that one up myself. Kurt Franklin and Anything by Glorilla. Got it, Latoya. It Is Well With My Soul. Now that's one of mine right there. I was about to sing that Sunday, but I had already sung one song. I said, we got to go home. When Elder Shika say that, I win. Earth, Wind, and Fire, September. Hey, A.I. Jones, we just talking about what is that song that always gets you hyped. One of my all-time favorite songs. I'm gonna tell y'all a song to get me hyped. It's a song by Uncle Reese that's called Worship Till I Pass Out. That is my song. Worship Till I Pass Out. That gets me hyped. My secular song, if I really need I'm a Survivor or Soldier by Destiny's Child, them the ones that get me hype. I got another one, but I can't tell y'all that one because y'all be shamed. They always get me hype, but this is a bad one. God Provides, God Is, Around the Way Girl by LL. Southern Soul, is that a genre, Brittany, or is that a song, or is that a group? I'm trying to put it together. Maybe I know it, I just don't know I know it. Keith, P-E-T-E-N, Petton. Is it your first time, Keith? If you are on tonight and it is your first time, please type your name and maybe to tell me how to pronounce it right, and put 2 hearts so we know it's your first time. King George, The Nighttime, I Need You Now by Smoking Norfolk. Old School Music, Line School, that's Southern Soul. Thank you, Melissa. Educate your pastor, baby. Miss Cynthia said King George. She was in the office today talking about, what's that new song by King George you like, Miss Cynthia? Go ahead and tell the people. You was telling me today in the office. It's All Right, It's Okay by Shirley Caesar. Near the Cross. Yes, Lorraine. The Goodness of God. Hey, Miss Sandy. Yes, The Goodness of God. Hole in the wall. Also, that's Southern Soul. So I do know some Southern Soul. Okay, gotcha. Let's see what else. Okay, they Liquor House Music. See, if y'all had just said Liquor House Music, then I know what y'all talking about. My sister Tammy Peanut, don't y'all tell I said this on the Bible study. She loved Liquor House Music. Whenever we get ready, get there with the family, she get the aux cord, we know we about to listen to Liquor House Music. You hear me? Here come another Nuck If You Buck, Jessica. Seems like all the ingredients and ushers like the Nuck If You Buck. That tracks though, don't it? But how them ushers be sometimes. Sit down. You deserve it. Let's see. Greatest Love of All. Let's see what else gets me hyped. Trina back in the day. That's all I'm gonna say. Trina. Just As I Am. AI said that DMX. Y'all gonna make me lose my mind. I seen that anytime. Wait a minute, Denise. I feel judgment in that. Oh my. I feel judgment. Hey, William. I feel judgment. But that's okay. It is what it is. And K Michelle, let me see what K Michelle get me. Hi, K Michelle. Cause they think I love them, but I love them all. Yup. Usher. Yeah. Luda and Ursha had to do it again. It's not about us. Yeah, that's a good one. That get us back hype. What's the ones at church we always be getting hype? Let me see. We've got a couple more minutes. What's the ones at church we always get hype off of? That one, I win, he lose. Hey Joyce, that always get. Sandy said, settle here. Here's my worship. Yeah, I will not. When they hit that, y'all know Bishop always get the thumping on that. The Blessing. Now, what's up, William Curtis? The Blessing, that's my song. I used to sing that at Great Joe Butler like every single Sunday. I didn't even know that this choir knew it because I would have been singing a lot. That is my song. The Double Dutch Bus. Take us back, Teresa. Yes. When we say that, I will not be silent. Oh yeah, when we hit that late in the midnight hour, that one always to turn it around. Maggie, Work It Out. I was thinking about that the other day. Jeez, we'll work it out. Because I used to sing that. I used to sing all 4 of them verses. I was singing that right probably about a good 10 minutes, wouldn't it? That was before I got, that was when I was a middleweight. Now that I'm a heavyweight, I can't sing for 10 minutes. Yes, sir, Missy. Bishop, when they say that I will not be silent, Bishop, get in there. Creisha, Before I Let Go. Letitia Battle. Hello. It's not your first time, is it, Letitia? If it's anybody's first time, then let it whip, baby. Yep. If it's anybody's first time, type your name and 2 hearts beside it, just so that we can welcome you. Let me do a couple of announcements. So a couple of things. Thank you to everybody who was at the food bank volunteering on Monday. We had a great turnout. We were able to serve. Hey, Sunshine, you just got here, but tell us the song that always gets you hyped. What is the song that gets you revved up? Listen, don't forget, we haven't been doing this good filling up our community food cabinet. We've been doing great with our snacks for the kids. So thank you. Zoom by the Commodores. Okay, Miss Stephanie. But let's make sure we're filling up that community cabinet. Elder Tanya's putting some stuff out there. Miss Blanche and them always. What's up, KP? Girl, we've been missing you. What is the song that gets you hyped, KP? Please set up time with Dania so that I can go over the goals with the kids one-on-one. Reach out to her and she'll have my availability. Please get those set up so that I can just have some time to talk with the youth. Now, intercessory prayer is Thursday at 7:00 a.m. If you have not joined us for intercessory prayer, I encourage you to join us. If Elder Dancy is on here, if you could put in the dial in and the passcode so that we could have it here in the chat, that would be great. Thursday, the seniors ministry is meeting at Main Street Gastropub at 11. Now, I'm not quite a senior. I'm about 6 years away from senior citizen status, but I loves a good lunch. So I might have to drop in if I can steal away from work for a minute to greet the seniors Thursday at 11. And then Thursday night is our marriage ministry. Golden time of day, Rhodesia. Yep. A house is not a home. Yes. That one kind of sad, ain't it, Jaquita? That one get me hype. Hey, Lynette Garth, listen. Thank you, Sister Linda. If you just got on, tell me. I heard he sang a good song. Yeah. That get me hype. But what's the other one on that Miss Education album that get me real hype? That ain't the one. And K Michelle, judge me all you want. that would get me hype too. Hey, Elder Nancy. Let me see. Hey, Frankie, what is that song that gets you hype? How many families did we serve on Monday? I don't know. Elder Tina, how many families did we serve on Monday? It's usually between 80 and 90. Sweetest thing I've ever known. Yeah, I like that one, Ro, but that don't get me hype. It's now the joy of my world. Yeah. William said the one Stacy used to sing. Stacy, William, when will it come through every time? That John P. Key, that's what you're talking about, William. Oh no, Elder Tanya said we served 124 on Monday. Good grief, Charlie Brown. 124. Denise said, get low, get low, get low. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Takesha, that Zion. Ryan, this is my sweet and beautiful nephew, Ryan Sinclair Lee. He said his song is Millions Didn't Make It, but you need to sing that song that Papa used to always make him sing. I'm gonna hide. My nephew can sing that song too, baby. Yes. X Factor, Lauryn Hill, yes. Oh, Tim, Cooling Water. Now, Cooling Water used to be our song. There was a man in our old church named Barry. Lord, I forgot Barry's name. What's Barry's name? Anyway, Barry know who I'm talking about. He could sing that Cooling Water. You hear me? He would cool that water all the way down. All right. The other thing, don't forget to bring in your water for unity in the community. Don't try to wait until the last week because you know we're going to forget. Go ahead and start bringing it in so that we can have enough water on that day. I was trying to read y'all's song. Barry Nichols, thank you, Rodney. Gospel ship. I'm gonna take a trip on that good old gospel ship. Yep. But unity in the community, we need all hands on deck to serve. So I know that the weekend before is a holiday weekend. I get it. But we also are committed to serving our community. So let's earmark some time on that Saturday. And then on that Sunday, it is church anniversary. Bishop will be singing. We're going to do our churchy attire because y'all know Bishop like us to be churchy. So we're going to be churchy as we celebrate our church anniversary. All of those who are in the choir, yeah, Tina, that's a good one. Running back to you. All of those that have ever been in the choir, I'm asking you to be in the choir on church anniversary. Come on, especially some of us who are not active. This is a great opportunity to be active on that Sunday. Elder Tashika is going to let us know when the rehearsal is going to be for that. Okay, we got to get into Bible study. Y'all ready? So we're dealing with this emotion series. And one of the things, yes, Lamika, you can sing, girl. Don't bother me. You can do just you can do two things at one time. You can walk and chew gum at the same time. Rakesha, Lord, I want you to keep Miss Apple. I don't know that one, Rakesha. Yep, that's right, Missy. Call them out. Everybody in the choir singing songs. I'm about to sing another song, but everybody in the choir singing songs. Y'all can figure it out. How to handle emotion. So we started with this So Emotional series, and our overarching scripture for that is Ecclesiastes chapter 3, beginning at verse number 1. And in the version that we read, it says, there's a time for everything and a season for every activity under the heavens, a time to be born and a time to die, a time to plant and a time to uproot, a time to kill and a time to heal, a time to tear down and a time to build, a time to weep and a time to laugh, a time to mourn and a time to dance, a time to scatter stones and a time to gather them, a time to embrace and a time to refrain from embracing, a time to search and a time to give up, a time to keep and a time to throw away. Excuse me. A time to tear and a time to mend, a time to be silent and a time to speak, a time to love and a time to hate, a time for war and a time of peace. What do workers gain from their toil? I have seen the burden God has laid on the human race. He has made everything beautiful in its time. He has also set eternity in the human heart, yet no one can fathom what God has done from beginning to end. So we're in this So Emotional series, and last week we started talking about our emotions, right? We started talking about the fact that some of us are controlled by our emotions. And then we talked about the fact that makes us not adaptable, that we make emotionally driven decisions. And then we said, hey, some of us repress it. No, some of us do not express our emotions. And when we do that, then sometimes it manifests in other ways, right? We become mean, or we're not as likable, or we have these incongruent explosions. Me and Chanel were talking about that this week, having incongruent explosions over things that are really not that serious. And then some of us, we talked about last week, only acknowledge our emotions. We only acknowledge our emotions. And that's where we stopped last week. Remember, we landed on they are human, allowing other people to deal with emotions. And what the Lord laid on my heart as I was prepping for this week is, let's take our time through this series, and I listen to the Holy Spirit. And I also want to hear from you. If you say, hey, Pastor Kim, I got it, or let's move on, or Pastor Kim, let's stay there a little bit longer, then I welcome that feedback from you all as we work through this and try to master it. We don't just want to get through. We want to get a grasp on what God is trying to say to us in this series. So tonight I want to talk about how to handle emotions. And when we talk about how to handle emotions, the first thing is acknowledging that everyone experiences emotions. Everyone experiences emotions. And we got to figure out how to deal with those. Y'all know one of the scriptures that I say all the time. It's one of my favorite scriptures that says, rejoice with those who rejoice, weep with those who weep. And I just think that exemplifies Christian principles. If I rejoice when you rejoice, and I weep when you weep, Justin said, Christian, I'm here. I made it. Hey, Brother Justin, you made it. And when it comes to emotions, we all have them. You can't dictate my emotions, and I can't dictate your emotions. And you can't control my emotions, and I can't control your emotions. We've got to learn that everybody goes through emotions. And when we do that, we also need to acknowledge that we got to allow grace for emotions, because emotions don't always act right. Right? Mine don't always act right. Maybe your emotions always act right, but my emotions don't always act right. And when my emotions don't act right, I need a little grace. Is there anybody's testimony beside me? Sometimes I need a little grace for my emotions. Let me tell you why. Because sometimes I err. Sometimes I mess up. Sometimes I do wrong because of my emotions. And when I do that, I need grace. And we've got to understand that if that happens to us when we are experiencing emotions and we haven't been able to handle them correctly, that we got to give that same grace to somebody else when they don't deal with their emotions correctly. But remember, we talked about last week, we think we're the only one with emotions. We think we're the only one that should get grace. But no, 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 no. We should allow each other grace for our emotions when we don't act right, when people don't respond. Allow some grace there. Grace means it's undeserved favor, right? Grace is that undeserved blessing. That's what we gotta give people when their emotions have caused them to act in a way that that we would prefer that they would not have. Listen, what we've got to learn how to do is to work through our emotions appropriately. Keyword is appropriately. We all are going to have emotions, but we got to learn how to work through them appropriately. So the first part of that is self-assess. Come on, say self-assess. We spend a lot of time assessing everybody else, making an assessment, a judgment, evaluation of everybody else, but we got to learn how to self-assess. So there's some questions that we should ask ourselves when we're going through emotions, particularly intense emotions, when we're doing this self-assessment, when we are self-assessing. One of the things we should ask ourselves is, what is really behind this emotion? Because I'm having this, remember we talked about the 20 minutes? So the 20 minutes is a good time at the end of the day to self-assess. But we've got to say, what is really behind this emotion? Here's a question. Here's a hard question to ask yourself. Is this emotion real? Because sometimes it's not real. Let me tell you why. Sometimes this emotion is covering up something else. Sometimes I'm really scared and I'm lashing out because I'm scared. Sometimes I'm depressed, so I'm self-medicating through alcohol, drugs, shopping, sexual activity. Sometimes I'm self-medicating and it's depression, but it is showing itself in these other emotions, these other responses. Sometimes I'm doubting myself and then I'm snappy. I am unforgiving because of how I feel about me. The first thing I got to do when I self-assess is ask myself, is this emotion real or is it covering up something else? Is it really that I'm persecuted and I feel so bad? Or is it that I really have done people wrong and I'm guilty? Is that emotion real or is it covering up something else? What could it be? Hey, yo, what could it be that I'm covering up? I'm digging in deep tonight early. Are y'all okay with that? I hope so, because I need it just like everybody else. What is it really covering up? What are some things that these emotions, these fake, these pseudo, these faux emotions that I'm expressing? Because sometimes it ain't even that. What is it that it could be covering up? One, maybe it's covering up bitterness. Maybe I'm so acting like I'm so angry all the time because I'm really bitter. I'm not mad at the world. I'm mad at one person. I'm bitter. Sister Blanche's sister, Jean Gardner. Hey, Sister Blanche's sister. Sometimes my love for someone else, my friendship, my adoration for somebody else is really covering up a grudge for somebody else. You don't even like them, but you know that they don't like them. So you get overly emotional, overly exuberant, overly supportive because, you know, they say that what is it? My enemy's enemy is my friend. I think that's what it is. My enemy's enemy is my friend. So maybe it's covering up bitterness. Maybe it's covering up a grudge. And maybe, just maybe, a lot of times, our emotions that are not real are covering up unhealed trauma. Some of us have some stuff that we have not dealt with in our past, in past relationships, in past jobs, in past health issues. There are some emotions that we have not dealt with. It is unhealed trauma. And then it manifests itself in an emotional way that is not real. We are displaying emotions that are not real. Sometimes it's covering up something else, like some old things. And sometimes, y'all ready for this? Sometimes these emotions that are not real, I love y'all. Sometimes these emotions that are not real, did everybody share? I feel like some of y'all didn't share. Some of these emotions that are not real are brought on by things other than the actual emotion. Some of us, hey Elder Renee, some of us are on too much medication. Or some of us are on medication that the doctor didn't give us. That's why our emotions are out of control. I love you though. I love you. Some of us are taking medicine that we got for pain and won't have that pain anymore, but we still on the medication. Or we ran out of the medication. So now our emotions are out of control. That everybody's sharing now. Okay. I knew it was a few of y'all that didn't share. Come on now. Come on now. Sometimes it's brought on by medication. And it could be sometimes, again, we're self-medicating and it's bringing on those emotions. Yep. Lynette shared. Sometimes, and here we go, ladies. We're going to own this because we are confident in our femininity. We respect how God made us. But the truth is that sometimes our emotions are brought on by hormonal changes. And we got to self-assess. Remember, we talk about self-assessment. Like, is this real? Is this actually the emotion that is a response that is reasonable and makes sense for what's happening to me? Or is it brought on by something else? Is it maybe just a hormonal change and I need to deal with it? Yeah. Sometimes y'all think that I'm at the door mad at y'all on Sunday. I ain't mad at you. I'm a 49-year-old woman. I got some stuff going on. Come on, let's be real. Sometimes I'm crying. It ain't nothing to be crying about. I need the ladies to own it because we are magnificent. We are marvelous. Our hormones and our emotions are what make us amazing. But sometimes they also make us emotionally false. Sometimes we are mad and ain't nobody done nothing. And when we are expressing these emotions, asking for grace from others, then we need to self-assess and say, is this real? Y'all get quiet on the amens, but I know I'm preaching truth. Is this real? Or is this caused by something else? Sometimes our emotions could be caused by something as simple as hunger. You ain't mad, baby. You're hungry. Did you eat? When was the last time you had something to eat? Come on, tell the truth. When I get hungry, I always tell people, if I say that I'm hungry, okay, that means you need to start getting me towards the food. That doesn't mean that an hour from now, it means within 30 minutes, if I say I'm hungry, I need to eat. I'm not proud of it. I'm just telling y'all, if I say I'm hungry, then I need to have something to eat, because then my emotions are not true, but I still experience them. Please feed me. Miss Blanche always feeds me. She gave me a little piece of cake though the other day, but I'm not gonna dwell on that because I love you, Miss Blanche. I know you didn't mean to do it. Sometimes we're tired. I gotta self-assess and say, is this emotion real? Am I responding to my wife because I'm really upset this way? Am I responding this way because I'm really upset? Or am I responding this way because I'm simply tired? Is my child responding this way because they're tired? We talked about this last week, that our children have emotions. And Natalie, your baby said that's you. Our children have emotions, and we need to make sure that we allow them grace to have their own emotions. Sometimes they're tired, and we've got to be We've got to be self-aware enough to assess, to make sure that we're not asking for grace for emotions that are false. They're brought on by something else. I got to ask myself, is this emotion real, or is it covering up something else? And I'm going to get a little bit deeper right here. I got to ask myself also, if I'm expressing my emotions in an intense way, in an inappropriate way, why am I expressing myself this way? Why am I expressing myself this way? A lot of people say when it's tired, when they tired or hungry. Yep, we can all relate to that. Relate to that. Come on and repeat after me and say, maybe I'm just. Don't fill it out. Don't put what's behind it. But that's the statement that we got to start telling ourselves when we are, hey, Fat House Pete, what's up on Instagram? Maybe we've got to tell ourselves, maybe I'm just. Maybe you need to put your phone down, Kim, because maybe you just sleepy. Maybe I'm just, maybe I'm just, yeah, we need to use that this week. Before we get to going off, before we send a whole long text, before we do this elaborate long post, maybe I'm just, why am I expressing it this way? See, sometimes I'm finna hit us hard right here. Sometimes we express our emotions in an intense way, or we express our emotions in an inappropriate way because that person is an easy target. See, sometimes we don't want to deal with the emotions with the people that they're really directed to. We pick the easiest target: our children, our spouse, the person at work that ain't gonna say nothing. Sometimes we pick the easy target, and it's not even about them. Yeah, sometimes we're expressing it that way because we can with that person. Sometimes Chantel said, stay right there. Stay right there, Shan. Stay right there. Yeah, sometimes we're taking it out on the person that's closest to us, or the person that really didn't have anything to do, that there was no ought against us, but they're easy prey. And so we're expressing our emotions, we're taking them out on them, and it's not them. Sometimes we're expressing our emotions that way because we really don't want to deal with what's really going on. So instead, we ranting and raving. So instead, a lot of times when I see these videos of people going off in stores and on social media, going off on random people, sometimes I'm like, that ain't about them. Something happened before they got to the store. Something happened before they got to the gas station. There is something else that was the trigger there. But a lot of times, because we don't want to deal with the real issue, we don't want to deal with the hard stuff, then we just lash out with these emotions that are excessive instead of doing the work. Sometimes we are too lazy to do the work to heal. We talked about Sunday, I'll be okay, just let me work through it. But sometimes we are too lazy to do the work to heal. That's right, Elder Tashika. I know you know that in your work, dealing with the underlying issue, finding out what the root cause is. But some of us are so lazy and we are so afraid of dealing with our own self that we don't want to deal with those emotions. And then sometimes we don't have the coping mechanisms for our emotions. We don't even know how to deal with it. And so then we lash out at other folks because we really don't know. And that's why we've got to make sure that we are going to therapy, that we are getting in our word, that we are in our Bible study, that we are praying, that we are getting these coping mechanisms to help us to learn how to handle our emotions. See, you can experience intense emotion without sin. Let me just say that. We can experience intense emotion without sin. Repeat after me and say, emotion is not an excuse. It's not. We're giving grace. We're asking for grace. But at the end of the day, we need to be Christian enough grown up enough, big girl enough, big boy enough to understand that emotion is not an excuse. Just because somebody gives us grace, just because God gives us grace, just because they don't lash back out at us, emotion is not an excuse. We need to do the work. Emotion is not an excuse. Everybody has emotions. Everybody is going through something. Emotion is not an excuse. Do you hear me, people of God? Now, when it comes to our emotions, and we talk about, yeah, we're almost at a good place. Well, and we talk about those emotions and how we express them. And there's nothing wrong with expressing emotions, but let's look at. I think I done missed like 2 scriptures tonight, but let's look at Proverbs 29:11. Proverbs 29:11 says, "A fool gives vent to his spirit, but a wise man quietly holds it back." That we can share our emotion. We can express how we feel. I'm not saying that we can't do that, but we need to make sure that when we get to the point that we're expressing or sharing those emotions, that we're letting the Holy Spirit talk about them, not us talk about them. Hey, King 20977, because if I talk about my emotions, then I might get out of hand. I might get out of pocket. I might sin in the process of sharing my emotions. But it said, a wise man quietly holds it back until it's time, until the Holy Spirit can speak about it. There's nothing wrong with talking about my emotions or sharing how something has made me feel, but I need to make sure that the Holy Spirit is speaking through me, that He is the one expressing it and not me. Because when I start sharing my emotions, then I might not do it in the right way. We need to use some healthy methods to handle our emotions. Chime in the chat and tell me some healthy ways that we can use to deal with our emotions, to work through them. What are some healthy ways that you use to work through your emotions? For me, now, I don't know if this is healthy, but at the end of the day, like if I've had a stressful day and my mind won't slow down, I bake. Because baking requires precision. So I can't be focused on all of those things. I got to think about what I'm doing. Cooking in general slows me down, but baking makes me focus and helps me to make my mind just hone in on something else. The other thing, walking, yes, meditation, deep breathing, exercising. If I'm really, really mad, I go to sleep. And that's the best thing for everybody. Because when I wake up, I have some perspective. And because my mouth, baby. So if I'm really, really angry, I do go to sleep. Take a drive, soap in the tub, a facial, music. Working out. Yes. Miss Bland says she sings to her whole self. Write in your journal. Yes. And if I just am stressed, I just dance. I put on that 90s R&B mix. No, the 2000s R&B mix on YouTube, and I just dance. I just dance by myself. I have a whole party. Just a whole party. A whole party. Yeah, myself, I got to go to sleep because if this mouth get to going, baby, y'all be done fired me. Wednesday, he's sitting on his deck and just looking around at what's going on. Journaling, soothing. What do you do? Ideating. Plan for your future. Sit down and think about what you're going to do for yourself, for your generation, for your children and your children's children, for 1,000 generations. Sit down and write down some ideas, some concepts, some things to make some money. Worship. Listen to that music and just going into worship. Remember we talked about it Sunday. Have you worshiped about it to work through it? Miss Delzor said she get in her car and she rides, baby. Talking it through with godly counsel. Not just anybody, but reaching out to some godly counsel that is going to help us with that self-assessment, that is going to help us apply the word of God, rightly dividing the truth to apply it to our situation. Prayer. Sometimes just praying. Like, Lord, please help me. If you don't help me, God, I'm about to do something I should not do. Please, Lord, help me. Please, Jesus. Y'all might not pray like that, but I pray like that. Yeah, meditative music. Corporate worship, go to church. A lot of times, so often when our emotions are out of whack and we're feeling some type of way, we'll stop going to church. I just couldn't go today. I couldn't make it. That is the most backwards thing to do when our emotions are high. That's the place we need to be, is in corporate worship. Singing. Miss Blanche always said that. What are our hobbies? Everybody should have some type of hobby. Is it art? Is it writing? Is it painting? Is it sculpting? Is it photography? Let the right emotions win. That's where we're going to stop tonight. Let the right emotions win. Come on and say that. Let the right emotions win. Galatians 5:23 says, but the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, self-control. Against such thing there is no law. Those are the emotions. Those are the fruit. Those are the things we should be producing. Those are the things that we should let win. Not bitterness, not unforgiveness, not anger, not ire, not sadness, not hatred. Those are not the emotions that should win. We should let the right emotions win. Joy, peace, love, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, self-control. Against those things, there is no law. Let the right emotions win. That's what we got to do this week. That's how we're going to deal with our emotions. Next week, we got to go because we're 2 minutes over. And I like to end on time. Next week, we're going to deal with sadness. We're going to start with sadness. So everybody get ready. But we said we're going to be all right. We just got to work through it. Rationally detached. Yes, Elder Tashika. Yes. And not taking on the emotions of others. Just because you mad and going off does not mean I'm mad and going off. Just because you are panicking does not mean that I'm panicking. I love y'all. We got to go. Good night.